So joining us is Adam Gilchrist, F45 Training founder and CEO. He'll be with us in a moment, but first, we're also going to start with Mark Wahlberg, actor, F45 Training investor, and franchisee. Mark, thank you so much for being here. We've had Adam on a few times. He's a friend of the show. Just want to briefly ask you about this initiative off the top, around veterans and the company. How did it come about?
Obviously, I've always been a huge supporter of the military. We thought, who better to run these studios and be our franchisees than former servicemen and women. We feel like, it's a great opportunity for them. We've always been active in trying to hire veterans and create opportunities for them, especially after the dedication, commitment, service that they've done to our country.
I'm someone who's obviously followed you for a little bit of time now. I got to say I'm a pretty big fan. This is like a mama I've made it moment. As someone who has followed you, I know you're a big supporter of the military. Was there a moment that kind of clicked with you in terms of understanding the military mindset, understanding the workout regimen and discipline that made this just so intuitive as an opportunity?
Yeah, I've always been working in conjunction with the military, with Army Air Force Exchange, with the Navy, the Marines. We always felt like we wanted to provide the best services for our servicemen and women, whether that was with Wahlburgers, with performance-inspired nutrition, and then with F45, it just seemed like an obvious fit, not only to provide studios on the bases, but then also provide opportunities for our servicemen and women when they're transitioning out of the service to give them an opportunity to be multi-unit operators and have a great career for themselves in a space where we know they'd be successful, and obviously be hugely beneficial to us, because who better than these really dedicated, committed servicemen and women who are super disciplined and could run the business, I think, as good or better than anybody else.
Yeah, this is interesting because it seems like two passion projects for you. Obviously, we all know that you are a big kind of fitness buff. You're, a guy that gets up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to work out and does that religiously. But again, you are also someone who has supported the military very, heavily here. I know that Adam could probably speak to the numbers a little bit more, but I wonder if you can also just talk to the growth opportunity for F45 moving forward, especially after the company went public just not too long ago.
Yeah, well, we think we've just really started to scratch the surface with our growth. We think there's massive opportunity, especially in the U.S. I think, having studios in close proximity to each other without cannibalizing their neighbor's business, we just feel like it's the greatest workout in the world, and we want to make sure that we continue to not only educate people on what F45 can do for the member, but also for the franchisee. And we feel like, again, we're just starting to grow in the U.S., and we're very excited about all the opportunities, but we want the best of the best operating these studios so people and the customers get the best experience possible.
What is it about this workout that gives it broader appeal from those who are fitness enthusiasts to, I imagine, a component of your customer base and audience that are those who are just maybe dipping their feet into the waters here?
That's the greatest thing about the workout. You can be at the highest level of fitness and get the hardest workout. I've taken world-class athletes, professional athletes from baseball, basketball, football, and hockey, and they could not last more than 15 minutes. But then you can also have never been in a studio and actually do the workout, and it can be modified for you to be able to do that. So having people who feel uncomfortable going into a gym and being welcomed into a community and getting their results, not only what their initial fitness goals were, but quickly surpassing them and setting new ones. But that's the greatest thing. When I walked into a studio, I saw a college athlete working out with somebody who was obviously going to the gym for the first time, and they were working together. They were working where nobody was going to get hurt, and if you want to push yourself, you can, but you can also modify things and go at your own pace. And that really is the difference. That's what separates F45 from all the other workouts.
Turning back to this kind of newer opportunity for military veterans here, I wonder if you can actually walk us through this opportunity for veterans, the demand that you're seeing for veterans interested in franchising with you guys.
Yeah, again, I don't really have all the numbers, but the plan is to hopefully find, well over 6,000 studios that former servicemen and women can own and operate. And again, we feel like they have an opportunity to be multi-unit operators. We want to finance them, give them an opportunity to really have their own business and be hugely successful. I think, it's really frustrating when servicemen and women come home from places like Afghanistan and places across the world and don't really have opportunities after, their service. And so we want to create that opportunity for them. We want them to be hugely successful. We know that they're more capable than most people. and it's really important to us. We've been focusing on hiring military in our restaurants and businesses, and encouraging other people to hire them, since I started in the film and television business almost 30 years ago now.
Mark, we know you're not only an accomplished actor, but obviously a really accomplished investor here. You have a plethora of businesses. I know you, from auto dealerships to your investments in water, companies, athleisure, obviously F45 right now. Got to ask you about future opportunities as an investor, and one that we follow really closely on this show, space, and the opportunity to dabble in the space with the popularity of that. So I've got a two-part question for you here. One, any interest in dabbling and investing in kind of this new wave of space interest? And then two, we asked this to Ashton Kutcher, who's also another actor and an avid investor. Any plans to go up in space?
No plans to go up in space. I no desire. I'm not even a good flyer. No, I think, for me, it's really investing in things that I am interested in, and I'm not necessarily looking for passive investments, although I'm a busy guy and I'm getting a little bit older, so I have to be really mindful about how to utilize my time, but I want to be involved in things that I can actively help grow and build, and things that are a direct extension of who I am. I think people know the difference between somebody who's cutting a check and somebody who's actively involved and really believes in the business.
Yeah. Well, Adam has been a friend of the show. We love following your company, following the growth around F45, this fitness craze, and what you guys are doing. Certainly an effort here to support veterans. It's kind of a win-win, it seems like, for both F45 and for military veterans, to your point, who are come out of the service and need an opportunity. This may be one for them. Thank you so much for being here, Mark Wahlberg, actor, F45 training investor, and also a franchisee.